Well, hello, all you fun-loving music fans, and all you musical artists out there who have been entertaining us literally for decades. One of the things I'd like to say is, like, if you're the kind of person who likes to spend a few $100s on the big concert to see the big show, but you get the nosebleed seats, you might want to think about supporting a local venue in your hometown, with bands who are your neighbors, people who live in your community, playing their hearts out for you. And most of the time, well, a lot of times there's no cover charge, but it's usually like between $5 and $15, and you get a lot closer view. A lot of times you get to meet the members of the band too, which you don't get to do at a big stadium type show. But the other thing I wanted to do too was explain my story a little bit. I was a professional journalist for 30 years, print journalist, worked for several newspapers, but when I was in high school and college, trained on a lot of different methods of media, including in a professional television studio that was in a high school. I also did, studied on how to do radio, and I did film editing. But when I got out into the professional field, let me go back a little bit. When I was in high school, I was going to be this rock and roll reporter. Well, when I got into the corporate world, they smashed that dream pretty quickly. But anyways, I did a few, I shot some videos, or I shot some video for the last newspaper I worked at in 2012. Shot a lot of pictures over the years. So now it's kind of like making up a little. There's several reasons for WisRockin, but one of them is just kind of like making up for really not covering the music scene when I was a professional journalist. And I really wish the media today would do a better job of supporting local musicians. I definitely see a lack thereof, and I know we struggle for, speaking to you journalists out there, I know we struggle for a lot of story ideas. Well, there's bands in your hometown. I don't care where you're at. There's bands, and you could do a story on them. You could help them out a great bit. But I understand how the corporate world is. But that's just one of my thoughts. Anyways, so another reason for WisRockin, I was a single dad, and really need to be around my kids most of the time, but I want to say around 2017, 2018, my kids were old enough where they didn't need me as much. They were off in their bedrooms playing Xbox, whatever, video games, lots of video games. But so I wanted to go out and see rock and roll shows like I did when I was in my late teens, early 20s. Google wasn't much help. Try Googling live music Milwaukee and see what you get. you get information about a bunch of different clubs, but it doesn't really help much. Things changed, however, when I discovered Facebook events. That really made a huge difference. But I also found that I still needed to research these different groups to find out, if they're going to play the kind of music that I wanted to hear. Rock and roll. Sorry, I know there's a lot of other great genres out there, but maybe you should start with country or with hip hop or whatever, if that's your thing. Nothing wrong with them, but I'm into the rock and roll. Sorry, but not sorry. So it's all kind of evolved into where I'm sharing the events the week that they happen, and when you see an event on the WisRockin page, it's going to be a good rock and roll show for you, and I try to spread it out as wide as I can. And since I was a journalist, I thought it was only natural I shoot some video, kind of a hobby. I also wanted to give music fans the opportunity to see what these bands look like, what they sound like. And I know there's a lot of other people out there who have shot a whole lot more video than me. So there's more than just WisRockin out there supporting live music. And I've tried to share some of their work too. I appreciate all the love I've been getting from a lot of groups. It really helps a lot. I really appreciate it that when you share my content or share WisRockin's content. And I even got a shout out last Saturday from Midnight Crow, who also gave me some really cool stuff. Their set list. They gave me their little promo poster too, and they signed it. Really cool stuff. I do have quite a bit of like paraphernalia now too. It's like Electric Haze gave me a koozie. Koozies are great because I often forget to bring one, and this keeps my hand warm and my beer cold, which I really like. And I try to get up close to the front of the stage and show you, hey, got your koozie. But anyways, that's just a little bit of the WisRockin story. I also kind of did this so y'all know who I am, because there's been a few band members that, hey, who are you? Wondering who I am, and wanting to meet with me, which, that's really been cool. I've been meeting with a lot of band members here lately, and it's really nice to get to know you. And the appreciation for, you're showing me a lot of love too, for just sharing your events and taking video of you and putting it out there on WisRockin's YouTube page, and then sharing it on Facebook. And I hope a lot of music fans out there are utilizing these tools. I can see some of them. I really love it when people leave comments that they don't leave enough. But again, this is just, I mean, it's all about getting out there and having fun and rocking. So I'll do another video sometime, but get out there and keep WisRockin'.